It's a well-known fact that the Adirondacks has much to offer the people who live, work, and play within its borders. It's also a place where people look out for one another. High Peaks Hospice is an organization that prides itself on that fact. You've most likely heard the word hospice before. It's commonly referred to as the service that one gets before they're about to die. In reality, it's much, much more than that. One Adirondack man knows firsthand about the love and care High Peaks Hospice provides. Meet Norman Briggs.
I came up here to live in 1952, and I moved in here in 1953. Things have changed a lot. When I came here, it was farmland, and my neighbors were farmers. My near neighbor here, Dave Strait, his grandfather had the farm before him. The brook, Otis Brook, which passes under the road, Valley Road, was named for his grandfather, Otis.
Norman is a walking encyclopedia of facts. His much-fulfilled life includes things that have made the Adirondacks what they are today.
What got me up here originally in 1947, I was working for a small contractor in New York City, and I worked for him in Philadelphia, Connecticut, numerous places in New York, Richmond, Virginia, all over. He sent me up here to work on the first ski center, state-owned ski center. It was on Marble Mountain. That was 1947. And we started in the fall of the year. It was a bad winter and couldn't get steel. We abandoned the job in December, came back in the spring to finish.
Norman says the Marble Mountain Ski Center was only open for a few years before moving to Whiteface in Wilmington, New York. He worked there as well, helping to build the famous slope's first ski lifts. But working in the Adirondacks is one thing, and making a home there is quite another. Norman fell in love with a piece of property in the town of Jay that he'd nurture and watch grow for many years.
I'd always had the idea of planting trees somewhere, and I didn't know whether it be cypress in Florida, Douglas fir out west, or wherever. But here, the timber was a business, pulp mills all over, and land was very, very cheap. And I saw this sand flat, this badly eroded land. They'd pastured sheep out there, and sheep and sand don't go together. It was a beach, and ideal for planting trees. So I bought it. Land was very, very cheap.
In those early years, Norman worked his property hard and enjoyed the fruits of his labor. But the real magic began when he met his future bride, for it was then that he realized the land should be shared with a lifelong friend and companion.
People had told me that, or asked, did I know Luella McCumber? No, I heard the name mentioned, but I never met her. Our courtship was that she was handling a motel, and our courtship was mostly me putting a cot for her in room so-and-so, and the TV doesn't work in room 13, so to replace it, to clean out the swimming pool, and that was our courtship.
My dad and I were in business with motels. Oh, and then somebody said, "Do you know Norman Briggs?" No. Oh, boy, you'd like him. And he was looking at somebody else, but somebody introduced us, and we just hit it off. Took 3 months.
And 53 years later, their bond remains as strong as ever. It's not all about them, though. Norman and Luella have 4 very special grown daughters to round out their family.
They're all close together and have stayed close together. They're 4 different states, but they communicate, and boy, you tangle with one, you gotta handle all 4 because they stick together. And remarkably, they're good about contacting us and coming to visit when they can. And one of them commented just the other day, I'm glad you bought this place.
There's certainly no shortage of love at the Briggs house. This is a family that sticks together. You may be wondering what all this has to do with High Peaks Hospice. Yes, Norman and his family have benefited greatly from their services, but first and foremost, Norman, like all of us, is a person with a story. High Peaks Hospice gets this. They know how important it is to take care of the whole person, to learn what makes them tick, to listen to their needs with compassion and empathy. So how did Norman end up on hospice?
I had trouble breathing. When I went to bed, oh boy, I couldn't breathe. I'd have to get up. And then I could breathe if I was walking around or sitting. But if I lay down, I couldn't breathe. And they said there was water around the heart, so the heart couldn't function properly. And the hospital got me straightened out and sent me home, and I was right back in the hospital. And then, of course, the VA had told me that my kidney function had gone down fast. I think it was about then that I went on blood pressure medicine, and apparently the blood pressure medicine I was on was affecting the kidneys. So fortunately, this was 4 years ago, that the kidney specialist down in Albany got me straightened out, and I've hung right there. I've stabilized. But it's a balancing act, I understand, between heart and kidney. I can remember the two doctors together at the bedside, a heart doctor and a kidney doctor, and they were both telling me to go on hospice. And my view of hospice had been limited to one experience. I was asked to fill in to sit with a friend for an hour or two. He was on hospice and bedridden. And so I went down, filled in. Apparently he had to have somebody with him all the time. And that was my view of hospice. You know, bedridden and about to die. And I didn't feel that I was bedridden, and I wasn't anxious to die.
And so Norman became a perfect candidate to take advantage of what High Peaks Hospice could offer. His care was provided through a medically directed team that included a physician, nurses, a social worker, and a chaplain. Together they spent 6 months not only helping Norman regain his health, but also offering both he and Luella emotional support during this difficult time. Both are quick to acknowledge what the organization has done for them.
It was great to have the people come. They're a great bunch. You couldn't ask for better people in that job.
It's a group that will always be there. And if we have to go this route again, which we may, I won't hesitate. I won't be nervous anymore because I know it'll be the best thing for me. Not only Norm, but for me. And I just am so, so thankful.
And the team at High Peaks Hospice is equally as grateful for the opportunity to help people like Norman and Luella. For them, it's not so much a job, but a chance to form relationships and learn from their fellow man. High Peaks Hospice Pastor Charlie is no exception. He's become a lifelong friend to Norman and Luella and continues to visit them often.
Here has been a blessing to be able to spend time with them and to walk and to just be able to talk with them on a regular basis and get to know them. Had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with the Briggs family, and it has been a pleasure. Just the history and how rich it is, and to see God's beauty and the creation around here. It's been a wonderful treat. I never mind coming here and spending time.
We look forward to his visit, even though he eats my donuts.
You can live with that?
Yeah, I can live with that. Actually, he'd be doing me a favor, because if I eat them, it's just empty calories, I understand.
One thing's for certain, at 97 years young, Norman maintains a great sense of humor. It's one of the many attributes that have allowed him to live a happy and fulfilled life. High Peaks Hospice is proud to have played a small role in that journey as well. And although they're most often associated with the end of one's life, research has shown that people receiving hospice care can live longer than similar patients who opt out. But perhaps more importantly, High Peaks Hospice helps people with a life-limiting illness focus on living as fully as possible. Yes, Norman's always been willing to give credit where credit's due, but even he knows there's only one person that can sum it up best.
I would recommend it highly to anyone who was in need, both for the person that's sick and the family, like the wife or the husband. It's a wonderful program. If you have that need, please don't be afraid. It'll work. It'll work, and you'll be so thankful.